Sunday, June 21st, that would be the summer solstice in North America. So all you photon heads out there, happy summer solstice. I just got through tapping and screwing 9 machine screws, 1/4 by 1/2 inch machine screws into that steel framework. So the red case is screwed down now to the bottom of the to the frame. The whole frame of the case. And from here on out, this case is mounted. Everything else will be added on the wheels, or either I'll take the wheels off and set it on the floor if I need to lower it to work on it. But I think this is going to be a pretty good height to work on it. Actually, this is a pretty good height for manhandling it. She rolls really good. Now then, here's why I put this thing on wheels, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice that my oven, on the longest day of the year, is pointing almost directly straight up at the sky. And while I am pretty far south, I'm not that far south. I'm not exactly on the equator, so from here on out, any solar adjustment from this day forward to the winter solstice is just a matter of raising the handlebar with those crutches that I've got. And as you track all day in the sun, you just move a little bit. You just pick it up and move it a little bit. So this rickshaw is actually the way to focus it on the sun, or the pointer. It's the pointer. It's also the transporter. It's the pointer / transporter. And that could be my one little contribution to solar ovens right there. So I just got all the Prodex installed. Shell screwed down to the frame. You'll notice I taped all these seams on the Prodex. Watch the Prodex. You can beat it up pretty easy. I had to do a little patching when I nicked it. The next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to take this X-brace and I'm going to pop rivet it through this Prodex and through the red skin. I've got some long reach pop rivets. In fact, I haven't spoken about that. Pop rivets 101. Pop rivets come in what you call reaches. And I'll show you what the reach is. If you don't know what a pop rivet is, that's a pop rivet right there. And the reach is how long that is. That's the shortest one in this pack, 1/4 inch. There's the biggest one. That's a 5/8 inch reach right there. And this is to accommodate the thickness of material that you're pop riveting. With this long pop rivet, you could theoretically pop rivet a thin piece of sheet metal to a very, very thick piece of iron, say 1/4 inch thick. If you can drill a hole through it and run that pop rivet in there, you can rivet it on there. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm probably going to be running these 3/8 rivets here, right here. And just run an 1/8 inch hole down through the X-brace, through the Prodex, through the bottom of the oven. And no one will ever see those pop rivets unless the thing turns upside down, which isn't going to happen. And that will give this an isolated but solid foundation to stand on. So, let's go in next. Go. Okay, I'm going to show you how to pop rivet something. Here's the pop rivet. You open the gun up, you stick that long nail looking thing in there, and it has grips in there that bite onto it and hold it. That's an 1/8 inch drill bit. This is how this whole oven was put together, ladies and gentlemen. want to solve the problem with the drill bit. Okay, now I've got an 1/8" hole drilled through the brace, the Prodex, and the floor of the oven. Take the pop rivet and you drive that part I was talking about earlier called the reach. Some people call it the grip, but I call it the reach because my daddy was a sheet metal salesman. And you push very hard and as hard as you can and squeeze on it. Now what's happening is that little nail is pulling a bead up into that tip. And that's what you want. On the second thing, you want to hear that baby pop. And that one right there is all the way through, and it feels perfect on the other side. And that's what they look like on the other side. It spreads out the rivet. And that's how I'm putting this oven together, with those little pop rivets. And that's what's going to put down my axe. And it's going to be pretty good. And that's a 3/8" pop rivet going through all of this. There's 2 layers of this. There's a layer of that, and then there's the floor of the oven. So at some points it's going through 3 layers of 26 gauge steel. But I'm not going to get carried away. I'm going to do the tips in the center and call it good, because I don't want this brace to be really snug down on that. I want as much slack between them as I can get. Again, it's hard for heat to cross from one thing to the other.